Hello, and welcome to Lab Assignment and Solution CIT-07-LS1, Creating Alerts. In this lab, we'll learn how to create custom alerts in Splunk based on search queries. We'll also create a custom alert in Splunk using aggregated search results. This lab should take about 25 to 30 minutes, and the requirements is you have a basic working knowledge of Splunk. In terms of environment and tools, you need VirtualBox, which we have here. You need Ubuntu, this setup here. You need Apache installed. You need pfSense, that's going to be your firewall router. And you need a Windows 10 device, which we have here. And also the textbook has some updated information on giving you some context and background on all of this that we're referring to in terms of SIEM and SOAR. Okay, let's go to lab task 1, generating access logs. So we want to start our pfSense machine. I'm just going to go to a virtual machine just to make sure it's up and running and just to see what our environment looks like. So pfSense is running, Windows 10 is running, which is this, Ubuntu is running this. So my VM is going to go and be tucked away. On my Ubuntu machine, I'm going to Activities, and I'm going to open up a terminal session, which takes me to this screen here. I'm going to take a quick look at IP to make sure I'm getting healthy IP address here. I have a 10.003. I have a different subnet mask, which is fine. I have a /24. This one has a /8, but that's okay. I can still get to my pfSense box if I need to. And let's just make sure 10.0.0.1, and I'm getting healthy ping replies to my pfSense. So let's just close out this ping session. I'm going to clear my screen, and in step 4, I'm going to start up Splunk. So I sudo opt splunk bin splunk start. And of course, because it's the sudo command, I have to put in my password. So Splunk is starting, which takes me to step 5. And in step 5, we're going to install Apache if it's not installed already. Now, I could have just checked to see, but let's just follow the lab. I'm going to sudo apt install Apache 2 with the yes flag. And of course, it's sudo, so I have to put in my password. And I'm looking at Apache is already the newest version, so I don't have to do anything other than start it. So that takes me to step 6, where we can do service Apache 2 start, and make sure that Apache is running. I need to have sudo. I also could have just done this, which is service Apache 2 status to see if it is running. Okay, so now on step 7, it says open a new tab and browse the local host. So I'm going to localhost. I just give that a moment as Firefox starts up. And in this case here, I'm just going to type localhost. And what we should get is the Apache Ubuntu default page. I'm going to say, okay, I got this one here. And in step 8, we're going to generate a couple of 404 errors, page not found errors. And I'm just going to type in random, which is a page that doesn't exist. And I'm going to create this error log that we see here. So random, I'll just do that a couple of times. I can just hit reload. And I'm also in step localhost. Right. So now in the Windows 10 machine, I'm going to open up Edge, which you see here. And I'm going to browse to my Ubuntu random machine as well. So my Ubuntu machine, and let's just see what our IP address is, which we had looked at before, but I just want to make sure I know what that is. Let's just do this right here. It's IPA, so it's 10.03. So in this case here, I'm going to do 10.03 random. And I got a 404 error. And my page looks very similar to what you see here, so this is fine. Okay, so let's go to lab task creating a custom alert. And this time we're going to go into pfSense. So I go back to my Ubuntu box, and I'm going to open up pfSense on localhost port 8000. I don't need Windows 10 just yet, so I'm just going to give ourselves a little bit more screen, a little bit more real estate. I type in admin, and if I'm going fast, the reason being is because I know this is a recording. If you want to, you can slow it down and go at 3/4 speed, or if I'm going too slow, you can go a little faster at 1 point whatever speed you like. Okay, so I'm logging into my Splunk machine. I don't want to save the password. So I'm on step 2 of page 7. I need to search and reporting. And in search and reporting, I'm going to look for this search query string. So I want to see what's in the var log. So I'm going to just make it real easy on myself. I'm going to copy and paste. I realized I didn't copy the whole string. I'll explain in a moment. This is what I really wanted. I want to copy this string, and I'm going to paste. And since this is just one string, in other words, I'm not appending any kind of Boolean operator, I can take the comma out and I can take the quotes out. And I just want to search with the magnifying glass, and I get all these hits. Okay, that seems fair enough. And that's because obviously there's a lot of activity in the var log. I'm going to actually select one of these, and in status code, the 404, which we created in a previous lab, I'm going to select the 404 type, and then I'm going to take this string, which I'm going to copy and paste, and let's just close this guy out and go back and do a new string, search string, and let's just quickly analyze this string. So I'm looking in the var log Apache 2 access log, and I'm looking for status code equals 404. So when I click on the search bar, I get a different set of results. They look like this that you see here on page 8, which is var log Apache 2 access log, and we also have the status code of 404. So now we want to create an alert. So I go to save as, and I create an alert, and then I get this dialog box, and we have to set up some parameters here. First and foremost, let's just call it a directory enumerator, or DNUM. The alert type is real time. Trigger alert. Number of results over here is greater than 4. So that looks good. Trigger each alert for each result, and the throttle. So let's just make sure we have this right. Directory enum, alert type is real time. Trigger alert for the number of results is greater than 4 for each result. This is good. And the suppress results containing field value, we're going to put IP underscore ADR underscore count. So IP underscore address count. And I'm going to add this to triggered alerts. Let's just make sure. So add actions to triggered alerts. So we scroll down here to make sure all of this looks right. We'll keep the medium severity here, and we're going to click save. And the screen that we get here is alert has been saved. We continue to editing. And it says on a new browser from the Windows 10 machine, let's navigate to the non-existing Apache page. So let's go back to Windows 10. And we could just do this from a variety of places, but I'm just going to go back to my Windows 10 device. And I'm back at the Ubuntu device because I know it's 10.0.0.3. And it says generate 404 errors, click refresh 5 times. So let's go ahead and do that. And I'm going to do it 5 times. Actually, you can see my alert happening here, but let's go ahead, do that a few more times. Okay, so I'm getting those errors. Now in activity, let's go ahead to activity, and we're going to look for triggered alerts. And there are my triggered alerts. It takes me to the end of this page, and it takes me to the end of this lab. I hope you found this useful. See you at the next lab.